We are having a sit-in today because we feel that the school is violating not only our right to know what's going on and to bring in speakers for our own education, but Jalil Muntaqim's right to freedom of speech. He was accused 50 years ago of murdering 2 police officers, a charge that is dubious at best. And now, 50 years later, after serving his time, whether right or wrong, he's not being allowed to speak because of individuals who don't want to hear his message. So that's our entire point today, is to fight for freedom of speech and to fight for his message to be heard because it's valuable.
And also to let administration know that we are tired of them appeasing to outside individuals who don't go to this school. We're students, we want the event here, and I believe that should take priority over what outsiders want.
So he's coming to your campus to educate. So there's a lot of, the media is talking about a lot of different things, but I think we should set our own statement about what he is coming to do. He is coming to talk about the history of black resistance. Because during his 49 years in prison, he was a teacher. He was a student. He gained 2 degrees while he was in prison. And he was a teacher. He taught black history while he was in prison to other prisoners. On top of other things, also has counseling because he has a psychology degree as well as a sociology degree. He's a teacher. So he's coming to talk and teach people. So when we talk about, we're in an institution of learning, right? An institution of higher learning. So for the fact that they want to deny a teacher, an educator, someone who has taught classes before the right to speak, doesn't make any sense.
If he's in person, it creates more of a community atmosphere, I feel like. It opens up more space for an open dialogue. Because if we're being honest, people don't really enjoy Zoom meetings. People don't come to Zoom meetings. I personally hate them. So I just think that moving it to Zoom was less about the safety aspect and more about wanting the least amount of people to come as possible.
Students, faculty, guest speakers were not advised during this decision making. So again, students are fed up of not being involved in the community that we make up.
Freedom of speech for Jalil Muntaqim! Freedom of speech for Jalil Muntaqim! Freedom of speech for Jalil Muntaqim! Freedom of speech for Jalil Muntaqim!
I saw behind you all this sign of Angela Davis. It says we have to talk about liberating minds as well as liberating society. Teachers, educators have the duty to liberate minds. We are here to learn to better ourselves, to better our communities, to better each other. So if people are not allowed to speak and to do that, then what are we here for? I think someone over here said that they're trying to hold our history from us. They're trying to withhold the truth from us. By denying an educator the right to speak, what does that tell us? That they don't want us to know our history. They don't want to teach you all of the truth. They are more invested in teaching you what they want you to know. To uphold the status quo, to uphold what the system already does, is oppression, white supremacy. And as they say all these talking points, we're anti-racist. What does that mean if we're not talking about dismantling white supremacy?
I grew up in New York City. I grew up in Harlem, right? I busted my ass to get to school. My mother's an immigrant, first generation child. I busted my ass to get to school, and for what? For me to find out that half the shit I learned from history is a fucking lie? To learn that part of the reason why I have to struggle and fight because some nigga up in the top decided that I should struggle? Nah, I'm angry. I'm heated. How come we have to wait all the way till high school to learn about people like Fred Hampton, Angela Davis? Why? Why do we have to wait for so long for that? And the institution is in place for us, for black people and people of color to not know the truth, to not understand why we are the way we are today. And honestly, maybe a big change will happen from today, maybe not. But I'm tired of staying silent. I'm tired of throwing my money to them, putting myself in debt. For what? To not even get the chance to hear the people who want to speak? The fact that people from 8 hours away, who doesn't even understand our own history correctly, or even try to tell us what to hear, not to hear. Nah, I'm not okay with that. I have something to say about that.
They have a business interest to protect. Our interest comes second to that. Let's stay cognizant of that as we move forward, and let's remember what they're really doing and how they're going about it. It's performative. That's performative allyship. When you're using your diversity, equity, resources for the things that make you look good, what is that?
So I'm asking you a question then. Are we paying them to silence us? I hear you. Are we paying them to silence us? I said, are we paying them to silence us? No. until we need to, and let them know that no matter what, we're not gonna let this shit stand. Do you hear me?